Hello and welcome to the Ridiculously Good VA Show with Tracy Daviero. If you are a virtual assistant or want to be one, this is the place to learn the tips and tricks you need to become a ridiculously good VA. I've been a part of the VA industry since 1998, and I'm excited to get to know you and help you build an amazing business. Let's go. Hey there, welcome to another episode of the podcast that teaches you how to be a ridiculously good virtual assistant. Every week I bring you insights, strategies, and encouragement. At least I try to encourage you to help you grow your VA business with confidence, clarity, and the consistency that we need. Today I want to talk about finding those long-term clients that you love working with. Sound good? Today's quote is from Bob Burg. Success is not about being indispensable. It's about making yourself invaluable. Your clients are only half the equation. You have to become the VA that your clients value, refer, and cannot exist without. Let's go. Today we're talking about something that doesn't get nearly enough attention, I think, in VA conversations. Getting hired is one thing, but getting kept, like long-term, is another. Because there are a lot of virtual assistants who can land a client, but far fewer who keep that client long-term, grow the relationship, and become the VA the client never wants to lose. That's what we want. High-quality clients that we can work with for a long time, right? That's what I want. So what is different about the VAs that the clients never want to lose, or the ones that they want to keep? They're not necessarily more talented. They don't know more tools and stuff like that. They don't work more hours than you do. The difference is how they show up once that contract gets signed. So today I want to walk you through the difference between a VA who gets hired and a VA who gets kept long-term. And more importantly, how you can start positioning yourself as that second one. So let's start here. The VA who gets hired usually does a few things really well. They have a decent application or discovery call process. They can clearly explain what they do. They are enthusiastic, eager, and ready to help. They often say yes to a lot of things in the beginning. And none of that is wrong. In fact, it's kind of a good way to get your foot in the door. But where a lot of VAs get stuck is they stay in this trying to impress mode. They wait for instructions. They only do exactly what's asked. They hesitate to speak up. They worry about rocking the boat. They want to be liked more than they want to be respected. I think sometimes we don't even realize that we can get respect. And that kind of VA is often operating from a mindset of, geez, I hope they keep me. And the clients can feel that even if they're not saying it out loud. So next, let's talk about the VA who gets kept long-term. This VA understands something very important. They were hired for a reason. So instead of trying to prove themselves every single day, they focus on being valuable, reliable, and proactive. They think ahead. They communicate clearly and consistently. They flag issues before they become problems. They make suggestions, not demands. They understand the client's business, not just their task list. This VA doesn't wait to be told what to do. They don't disappear in between assignments. They don't assume silence means everything is okay. And they act like a partner, not an order taker. And here is the mindset difference. The VA who gets kept thinks, how can I make this client's life easier? Not, am I doing enough to justify my role or my rates? That mindset shift alone changes everything. And then this is where your confidence comes in. Confidence isn't about being loud. It's not pretending to know everything. It's not overstepping or taking over. Confidence is being willing to communicate, asking clarifying questions, and saying, here's what I'm seeing and here's what I'd recommend. Really, really good way to communicate with your clients. A confident VA trusts that they were hired because they bring value, not because they're replaceable. And clients keep confident VAs because they feel supported. They're not babysitters. Let me give you a few actual examples. A VA who gets hired might wait until a deadline is missed to say something. A VA who gets kept flags the risk early and offers a solution. A VA who gets hired completes tasks exactly as they're written. A VA who gets kept notices inefficiencies and suggests improvements. A VA who gets hired worries about asking questions. A VA who gets kept knows that good questions often prevent mistakes. So you can see a pattern. emerging, right? Between the one that gets just hired and the one that gets kept long term. It's not about doing more work. It's about thinking differently about what your role is with the client. If you're listening to this and thinking, okay, I want to be that VA, well, yay, obviously. Stop waiting to feel confident before you act confidently. Start treating your role as a professional service, not a favor to someone. And communicate more than you think you need to. That's really, really important. Remember that clarity builds trust, and trust is the thing that almost the number one thing that will keep your clients working with you. Getting hired is exciting. Getting kept is powerful. And the VAs who build sustainable, higher income businesses are not the ones who are constantly chasing new clients. They're the ones who become invaluable to the clients they already have. So now, if you're listening saying, okay, I want long-term high-quality clients, but I'm still trying to get my first one, I want you to know that this is a foundation that you build. Long-term clients don't happen by accident. They happen when you build your VA business with structure, confidence, and clarity right from the start, or right from today. That's one of the reasons I created my Getting Started as a Virtual Assistant self-study program. It helps you walk through how to set up your services properly, position yourself professionally, and attract the kinds of clients you actually want to work with. Not just whoever says yes first, as tempting as that may be. Whether you want to get started the right way or stop all the guessing and uncertainty that you have in your existing VA business and start building it the right way with that foundation underneath you, you should check out this program. The link is in the show notes. Start strong, build smart, and set yourself up to work with clients who are going to stick around. Focus on you and the value that you bring to your clients. Because when you truly understand why your clients should work with you, everything becomes so much clearer and so much easier. Let's circle back to today's quote. Success is not about being indispensable. It's about making yourself invaluable. Becoming invaluable to your clients is the number one thing that will make them keep on working with you. Make them refer you to their colleagues, and even have them pay your premium rates. Busy clients need help. They need you to help them. When people are not in need of help, they make very different decisions. Maybe they even put off hiring you. But those ones that have you, man, they will keep you. Once you do these kinds of things like taking work off their desks, keeping all the balls in the air, staying on top of trends in their industry, and actually managing what you are doing for them, and sometimes even what they're doing, they are not going to want to be without you. You get kept because you have become invaluable. Does that make sense? Sound good to you? The Getting Started program is just $97. I should mention that. And it's an amazing, quick, and easy way for you to get that foundation underneath your VA business so that your clients find you invaluable too. That's all I've got for you this week. I'm Tracy Daviero, the Confidence Coach for Virtual Assistants. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you next time.